making this vlog on, uh, being skin, the capabilities of people who are skin, what it means to be skin, what it means to be easy, versus shady, again in a vlog of what it means to be skin, because people are talking about on Instagram this skin perfect thing. It's a skin perfect vlog. And part of being skin perfect is being the bigger picture perfectly instead of the smaller picture perfectly. Because anyone can be perfect in a dick. Anyone can be perfect in a click. Right? They can. So in this vlog, speaking about also, you know, things like, that being perfect in the smaller picture, being perfect in the bigger picture. So I'm going to terminalize this out. Terminologize this out. Using terminology that defines being perfect in the smaller picture and perfect in the bigger picture. Now, perfect in the bigger picture, it's a passionate thing. It's a naive thing. It's an innovational thing. It's a real thing. It's a meaningful thing. It's an inspiring thing. It motivates people who are passionate about being in the hard, living the high life, because y'all know that ball players and rap stars are addicted to the high life because it's big. You got a meaning to it. Like we hard, like we peoples that I'm saying, like, we live the dangerous life. We live in the long run, right? We live the high life, right? We live in the danger. We on the move, I guess, for some people. We peoples that we don't fuck around. We peoples that serious people. We bad motherfuckers. You know what I'm saying? So it's like that. And part of this vlog about being in the high life and being hard, I'll give you just one piece of information um, of that what I've seen in movies, right? In movies, okay, that defines the types of people who live the high life and the danger. In Scarface, the drug deal where they're on the bed, the lady's on the bed and she holds a gun at him. Uh, Scarface, for not having the money or something, or not having the drugs or the right amount of drugs. Those the group of people, which seemed happen to be very shady, pretty shady people. Uh, that's an example of people who don't fuck around, who live the high life, who live the dangerous life, right? In the vlog, this is a part of the vlog, and my theatrical opinion, my theory, my philosophy, my experience from what I saw in the movie, the types of people, just gave me the vibe, and I'm pretty sure, because obviously proves that they don't fuck around because they're gangsters, they're criminals, right? And criminals are professional and they know their shit, and criminals are people that, from my point of view, actually know what they're doing, know their shit, are clean with their shit, right? Because I could just see that in the vibes of criminals who are more experienced, more professionally experienced, have more knowledge, more philosophical matter and truth and experience and stuff like that. The ones who are the solid ones, which happen to be more knowledgeful, experience. They have knowledge. They have things in their head that they know, like how to be careful, and from their experience and what they've done, because they're the bigger fish in the pond, but not necessarily that in this fact of matter. What the main thing is that someone that has knowledge, that is the big fish in the pond, the big one, in the long run too, that is the big one. They're the big one. They're the big one. They're careful. They're ethically careful. They're solid. They're inclined, because they go for the bigger, right? So you have to be careful if you go for the bigger. Now, part of being careful is an ethical, naive thing to be careful, and why that is because this. they had experience and they've seen things that are pretty worse, and they know they didn't learn from it, but they know how to be in the situation and handle it and not and what to fuck with and not what to fuck with. And that is pretty much the best definition I can give you guys, is that part of what to fuck with and not what to fuck with. Okay. Now let's go back to the terms of in the smaller picture and in the bigger picture. Okay. What I know through my philosophical and my philosophy is that the bigger picture is the long run, and the bigger fish in the pond. Got the bigger fish in the pond, and also is the smaller picture is the short run. The short run, the long run. There is, believe it or not, guys, I'm not going to give this out to everyone, but it's in my vlog because it's about this topic of being skin, is that, believe it or not, being in the long run is not just the bigger picture. It's also the bigger fish. Because what happens to be in the long run is that people that have so much experience are so on point, and so careful, and so knowledge, structured, and so knowledge, past knowledge and experience, I'll go back to experience, is that being in the long run is because the short run is small and the long run is big. The big picture. Big. Think of that word big. Big is the bigger fish in the pond, because the small fish swim with the big fish, and small is not big, and big is not small. Okay, now let's go back to this topic. Now, being the best in the small amount and the best in the big amount, right? You can be the best in the small amount because that's basic. You're the best of the basic. That's why we have things that people do that are hobbies and sports, like skateboarding and scootering. In scootering and skateboarding, you have basic tricks, and you have non-basic tricks, which are big tricks, big deal tricks, which are a big deal, and, believe it or not, small tricks, which are basic, non-basic. And why that is because being basic, you could do every basic trick perfectly, but can you do every non-basic trick perfectly? See, it's between the spectrum of being basic and non-basic, which is the fact of this matter. The truth. It is the truth. Okay. Now, did you learn all these things? The difference, the non-difference, well, just the differences, the diversity. Not the non-difference. I take that back. The differences and the diversities and the meanings and the qualities and the capabilities, the amount, the big amount, the small amount, the big peoples, the small peoples, the big tricks, the small tricks. So there you go. On point, I said all these things, and I described what they are, and I described what they're like, and why they're like, and the philosophy and reasons and the differences and the long run, the short run. So now you know that. Knowing is one thing, but knowing everything is not. Because knowing everything it's a fixing tool. They call it a fixing tool. Which you're the one that does the work. They're the one that's typing. They're typing, they know, but to do the work, right, is one thing. So you write and you know. I'm not going to make it confusing. There is a difference between writing and knowing. So you can write on a paper a whole paragraph, but do you know what every word means? Do you know what every word is like? No. Because being connected, okay, is vibes. Okay. Vibes matter. Vibes speak. Vibes define. Now, what vibes are it's innovation through a person's qualities that defines them of what they are. You get vibes. Like, I think the vibe this person gives off, they're gay. They're, I don't know, they're shady, whatever, their race, they happen to be aggressive. This man happens to be aggressive. He seems aggressive. You seem agitated. You seem like you're having some anxiety. You seem like you don't look too good. You look like you're from the grave because you got no sleep. All kinds of things. Now, in this video, I want to go deep because you have to be deep when you're talking about the bigger picture of being perfect and the smaller picture of being perfect. You have to. Okay? You just have to. It's just what you have to do. Now, why you have to do that is because if you're the real deal, if you're telling the truth, if you're being honest, you have to prove it. Because if you don't prove it, then how can anyone see? How can anyone know? Right? So, why I talk about being perfect in the short run and the long run is because the topic of this, being skin, perfect, being skin, has to do with qualities and capabilities. And that is my philosophy behind the outer ring of the philosophical details of the vibes and the qualities and the capabilities of these types of people, which happen to be, believe it or not, in the world in certain categories. What groups they're in. Not necessarily gangs, because you don't have to be a gangster to be in a gang. You don't have to be in a gang to be a gangster. You don't have to be, like, I don't know, you don't have to be someone that's, like, you don't have to be skinned to be a cop or a criminal, you know what I'm saying? So, like, you don't have to be, part black to be really black, you don't have to, be someone that's, like, sketchy to be someone that's, the sketchiest person, you don't have to be the sketchiest person to be sketchy, you don't have to be the shadiest person to be shady or whatever, you don't have to be the most prettiest person to be pretty, you don't have to be the most ugliest person to be hot, because I'm not gonna fuck around, but in this world, I want to bring this up because people say that, believe it or not, why being hot is ugly and being ugly is hot. Okay, my philosophy behind this is to do with sex, because a person can be ugly, but are they fuckable? Of course. Is a person hot? Is a person hot that's not ugly fuckable? Yeah, of course. And what hot defines is hot is a masculine thing. It's on fire. It's masculine. It's big. Like the big fish in the pond, that has to do with it. The flawless qualities from my philosophy. Yeah, that includes that. Necessarily, being ugly it's a ratty thing. You're wrinkled. When a girl's young, she's ugly, and then she turns into a beautiful bird. She starts out ugly, goes pretty, hot, on fire. Because ugly is an evil thing because of the frog-given, technically, it's an amphibian thing to be ugly. in the philosophy of, the qualities of a person that starts out ugly or is ugly. Um, because they're messy, they're in a mess. It's a hot mess, and a hot mess is hot, right? But ugly isn't a mess. But the fact that we're defined as predators um, who have sexuality in us, because sexuality is part of life, then being hot is ugly, and being ugly is hot because it turns you on. That's why it's hot. Because something that turns you on has to be hot. So that's the answer. Why now? If I want to go deeper, is the ugly is something that is lonely. Okay, like the ugly duckling, right? But there's these people who tend to be kind of like they love people who are the ugly duckling, or they want someone lonely, and stuff like that. And I encourage people to be more hard in life of relationships is because you don't want toxic people who not toxic men are fun. It's good to be a toxic man, but to be the real toxic person, to be the real faggot, real bitch, whatever you want to call it. If you get in the way of those people and you don't let them take your girl or take your lover and you start winning, and it turns them off. It turns them off so they don't have confidence to steal that person. That's why I encourage people that are real men, that are people that don't fuck around, that are the big boys, and I encourage them to get the girls first, other than the people. Because in the reality, girls do want guys who are more feminine. Almost more than 60 or more percent of women, from my experience, due to the mixture of women who like masculine men and feminine men. I think women tend to be more attracted to feminine men because they're women, and feminine men are womanly, and women have qualities that they're proud of, but also within their self are sexually, you know, um, satisfied with their body. If they're bi-curious or if they're straight, they're a woman, you know. Um, but also the fuckboy thing comes into play even in feminine men. Now, why that is because a fuckboy is it's a girly boy that just fucks. He's just shady and just goes mad, just sleeps and fucks women, whether he's at a young age or an older age. Am I happy that women like feminine men more than masculine men? No. But do I get mad at every guy that's feminine? No, because there's a lot of guys who are feminine, even in the Asian community, who are extremely cool people. Extremely cool people. Now, if you're more of the real, it all depends. If you're vicious, and you're scared because people might beat you up, because obviously masculine men are more supported than feminine men, even though women like feminine men more than masculine men. Um, the masculine guys, if they're dirty and they're people that are not respected and all they got to do is just beat people up, then a feminine guy that's the real is gonna run from him if he's viciously scared and he's a jock. He's scared, because everyone's bullying him, of course. Why that is because people. It doesn't matter what you are to be supported. Because people are shady. People are cold-blooded. Now, why people are cold-blooded? Because they have been taken advantage of, to where there happen to be people that are a bit more mean than soft, which happens to be the definition of nice. Too fucking nice, too nice, or easy. From my experience and my philosophical experience and understanding and vision and sight, and the difference between the two definitions and the two correlations, and the correlations, and the I think that between the two definitions is that shady and easy and soft and hard. Soft person is too nice, which equals easy. Soft person is too nice, which equals nice, soft. Um, and a person that's shady is hard. Mean is more of a madman. Mean is more of an aggressive person who pushes the line when it comes to violence and exception and the direct anger and the contact, the lashing out, the losing their shit, getting pissed off, which are all part of life, other than just letting it be and letting it go and shaking it off, whatever. I think that shady has a meaning to it. It has a lot more to it than the other definitions. Because shady is hard, and hard is just hard. That's why shady has more to it, because it's hard. It's not easy to be hard, and it's not hard to be easy. so that pretty much should explain it to you, but shady also has its iconic qualities and, vibes that come along with that. And why it does is, it's just on the side of the darkness, because some people think that shady is a bad thing, but I think it's just most people are shady, and it's part of life, because being shady is also it escalates from people who are more strict and the real bitch. I'll tell you in the beginning, I nailed that one. Because people who are more strict and the real bitch, like, she's a real bitch, like, I don't want to be around my mom because she's a real bitch. I'm just going to go run off and be on the run or be on the loose and get in trouble. That's just a given. Because, being, how you doing? Yeah, I would wave to you, but I'm on the bed. I just have to keep talking. Why shady has more to it is because if you're shady, and you're hard, you're not the hardest person, so it gets worse. Period. And that's another philosophical fact on being shady, obviously, because knowing what it means is one thing, but knowing how it works is a whole different thing. And people that tend to be more shady than other people are more capable, because it's not just being mean that makes you shady, it's being capable and hard. It's not being easy. It's like a game. That's the easy level, that's the hard level. It's not oh yeah, it's a big fish in the pond. They got bigger fish, it's a bigger fish to fry. There's someone that is hard to do the things they do. It's hard to do the things they do. Because, they live the high life. Like I said, they live the big life. They live the life that you can't touch. They're hard to touch. It's hard to touch them. Like Garth Brooks, because Garth Brooks is not just an ethical man, but he is very on point. He does things, he's very capable and talented. He's a country singer, famous country singer, and his alternative person that are alike would be someone like Tim McGraw, and his opposition would probably be Jeff Bridges. I'd say Garth Brooks, Jeff Bridges, there's an opposite. It goes from him to him. That's the opposite, and the alternative would be probably Tim McGraw. Then there's other celebrities that are like Justin Bieber, obviously, Joshua Dunn, Tyler Joseph, Shania Twain, and someone that's very in the 6 area of icon, the art equivalent probably be someone, what's his name? I forgot. I'll go back to that. So, speaking of that matter, basically, yeah, it's like that. Now, in the game area of shady, like hard to touch. It's hard to be on that level. They do things that no one else could do, but worse. Whatever. There's people that are more shady or hard to touch. It's hard to do the things they do. It's also a cultivated thing to be shady, because you got people that don't listen to the law. They do things that are illegal. They get away with stuff. It's that too. Even in the cultivated definition of being in a cult, due to people that are in cults, is not a bad thing, because cults are very on point. They're very perfect cults of what they talk about and the outcome. The main thing is the outcome, because it's so big. It's not just perfect because what they talk about and what they're capable of and what they say, and things like that, their intelligence, but on religion and stuff. But it's more the outcome that tops it off clean, dude. People in cults are actually very capable, very capable. I would say, from the not the statistics, but the facts and the outcome of that, not the outcome in a cult, but the outcome of that. The facts, not the statistics necessarily, because it's farther on the spectrum, the capabilities and the success. So I think that, I would say that it's more defined as, what I would say is probably, I'm trying to think, because I got so much stuff to say. I think that the perfection is very, it has a high score. It has a high score. It's very on point, like I said, but it has a high score. It has a high score. It strikes hard. It's big. It's big money, too. So, going on to that, of the definitions, what comes along with being shady would also be, it's the vibes of keeping it to yourself. That they have something to say, but they're kind of working through and making the right moves and not walking on eggshells, because if you're walking on eggshells, that means you're easy. So they're really making it hard for you, because a hard person, it's not hard for them. You know what I'm saying? So not a whole lot of people are the shadiest, but most people are shady in an amount. Because that's a fact. Because why most people are shady is because, if we did something that was inappropriate, we would be embarrassed if everyone was the goodest people. And we were born to sin, so that's very much like that. We'd be embarrassed. That's why most people are shady. Like, we get it. We understand, I've done that, yeah, that's a given too. That's another given. So thinking on, the side, it's like, I think that, shady is more, it has more to it, because it's hard. I think also that the vibes are through people's body language, but necessarily it can be a sexual thing due to the closed eyes. They have the nigga eyes, they have the closed eyes, and they look, all, they're shady. It's like that. Toxic is more of, it's a cannonball thing. I think that most people who are, now believe it or not, in the millionaire community, in the millionaire mentor community, that's not a bad thing. But in the entrepreneur community and millionaire mentor, a lot of men are toxic men. A lot of them are toxic men. Why that is because men who are real men but not necessarily look like real men are scrawny. So they're toxic, They're not necessarily faggots or anything like that, but just you'll learn more about it once you get to know them and stuff. They could also be naysayers too. They're naysayers too. A lot of naysayers out there. We got a lot of naysayers. Yes, that's a fact. Um, and going on to so we're gonna get to the skin thing. Being skin, if you ain't skin, fighting's no good. Because you see, skin, okay. Me, I'm a person that is skin. I'm skin. Like if you think you're skin, I could fuck you up. Fuck you up. Guarantee you. Skin is not just through hostility or being in your blood to fight or to be aggressive and angry. Skin is connection. So if you're good at hitting hard and connecting is no good if you hit hard unless you hit hard. If you hit hard, skin is no good. You don't have to just be aggressive and hit hard. Skin is also about just hitting hard. Is skin. Because believe it or not, people it's in your reaction, okay, to understand when danger comes and when to react, right? In that manner, you can react aggressively. It can be so mean or so angry in your blood to react, right? But to connect and hit hard does equal skin, because what's the difference between hitting as hard as them and them hitting as hard as you? You know what I'm saying? Even if one person's aggressive, one person's not. Now, a person that just can't fight, you don't just have to be aggressive or not emotional, just no emotion. You could also be proud. You could be ambitious. You could be passionate. You could be motivated. And the reason why that is because anger is not the only emotion we feel, and the only reaction. Emotions that affect reaction, and are related to reaction and in the reactional, state of mind and area. But also, I think that being passionate, and being on point and being, proud or ambitious or, just more inspired in the moment and within your fighting skills and in fighting and how on point you are to fight and how on par. And, it's all about skin is all about connection and hitting hard, right? A person that cannot fight goes like this. A person that can fight goes like this. Like that. They hit hard. Was I aggressive when I did that? That was a hard fucking punch. No, I wasn't. I was not aggressive. Because I am proud of myself and my skills, and I'm passionate, and I have confidence. Confidence comes along with that too. Not just ambition, passion. I think that ambition is more dangerous because you are so, like high, and then when you're done being ambitious, and then you're working for everyone. You're getting the shit that's dangerous, right? And then it goes down. It's not that ambition is dangerous. It's because you go back to a state of mind that loses your power. Not just is it being defined as power, because power is a natural thing. Unnatural power, natural power is safe. Unnatural power is not safe. Why? Now, the reasons why natural power is safe is because if it's natural, it keeps going. It's meant. It's resilient. It keeps going. If it's unnatural, that means you had it and then you lost it, and then what are you going to do when you're in the ring? You know what I'm saying? So it's like that. And having a natural power no way to go far perfectly. No way. Having natural power, perfect. You want to know how you have natural power? It's you being high when you're stable and not high when you're in a state of mind that's high. Dinger. Dinger. Because seeing in a boxing match and you're hitting fucking hard, dude. You're throwing, right? You're throwing. And then you lose your power. Now, if it's natural, you're stable. So you're working with the bag, you're throwing hits, your mind's focused, you're putting your mind to it. You have the mindset that is successful and motivated, inspired by yourself, and you just keep doing it. That is natural power. See, I keep going. That's natural power. Like, I'll go again. Because I'm stable. I'm not in a manic phase. I'm not a person that is on hype. I'm just doing my job. Proud of my ethical skills, my capability, my standards, my knowledge, my intelligence. Period. See, when you're stable, you're saying things that's everywhere around you. You're aware. You're aware. You're not just high, you're aware. When you're high, you're focused, you have power. High and being not focused, not natural. It's natural to have natural power. The reason is, it's because how I said that is because it gets your attention. But not just that. Having natural power, you know what that's about? Natural power. It's about it being consistent. If it's unnatural, how's it consistent? Okay. Well, then, the average person's advice given to the average person's is because not everyone works the same. There's people that have unnatural power, but I don't believe that's consistent because it loses, it gets lost, it goes away. Natural power is stability. You have the ethical capability to have a stable mind and to be aware of everything is around you, and look and see what you could do. You have so much things when you're stable. You're relaxed, and you're looking around. I grab this, I grab that, put it in a pile, put it together. Okay, it's stable. Now I should fold it, right? Okay, I should fold it out. Okay. I'm stable. See? Folded it. So I'm aware. And I see. Thinking about what I can do. And I'm focused. Folded it. else I could do. And being comfortable in the vlog, that I could actually demonstrate this. What did that do? I'm going to spread it out. Put the towel on top of it. Take this off my feet. Wipe that off. Everything. Part of everything is knowing everything too. And being everything. I'm being everything and I know everything. There's nothing I don't get. There's nothing I don't know. And people that surprise you, like entrepreneurs, they are ethically coordinated. But do they know everything? Perfectly, especially? Even though they sound perfect? No. They don't. Now why that is because they know what they know. Does that mean they know everything? No. But do a lot of entrepreneurs get close to perfect? Of course. Most entrepreneurs are the best. You want me one like that? It's not like that. You want me one like that. Now why? It's because not everyone is the best. Not everyone is the best. And why they're not the best is because if they're not the best, then if everyone was the best, it'd be easy. Okay? And being the best is not easy. Because it comes in numbers. It comes in variation. Variation comes in amounts. There's people that are more higher. There's people that are more low. So, encouraging positivity. Even if sometimes if you lose your shit and, you get mad. You hit someone. You hit something. Try to be as positive as you can. Because if you get mad all the time, you may happen to get mad at people who did nothing to you, who go through the same shit as you, who goes through the same thing as you. That happens. And people that, doubt you, they're not fools. They're just naysayers. No one has the right to say, I just hate you. No one. And if they do, you kick their ass. You beat the shit out of them. Because hostility and a person that's not, normal, it's kind of weird, you slap the shit out of them. If they say they hate you. And you're a real man, cool, you're genuine, you're a genuine person, beat the shit out of them. That's all you gotta do. Just throw hands. Show them up. Take care of business. You know? Because weird ain't normal. Everyone's weird in their own way because we have issues. But weird ain't normal. It ain't. Oh yeah, in high school, girls are saying, oh, everyone's weird. People are just weird. They're weird themselves. They're unstable. They're irrelevant. They're people that... Pessimists, and younger women. That sounds like an embezzlement almost. A cult name. But I told you straight up. You know, and thing is that a girl that's normal, she's stable, she's cool, she wants to have fun. She's the woman. She's an amazing woman. Those are real women. Bitches are just weird and like weird men. Just casual and hostile and just weird. Get them out of this world. They have no meaning. Because a real woman, she's smart. She sees, she understands. She understands you. She's cool. She's cute. She's cute. Okay. Being positive is not just trying to be positive, guys. If it's natural, it's no good. And the fact that we have so many people in this world who we can accept, who we can like, who we are satisfied with, who we don't say, you don't just say, I don't like them, to every person. That's why positivity exists. Only be negative when you need to. Be positive as much as you can. Because if you be negative, it's not your fault. If you be negative, it's not that they're winning. Not necessarily. It's that there are people that are egging you on. They're messing with your head. Right? They're antagonizing you, trying to piss you off, trying to make you lose your shit. Okay. That's when you should be aggressive. That's when you should knock someone. That's when you start throwing hands, start fisting. You don't need to fist everyone. You don't need to knock everyone's ass out. You don't have to. I'm not going to stop you from that, but you don't have to, because a lot of people get it. They understand. They let people fight it out. You know? They let people do that. They get it. They know. They've experienced. They've seen shit. They've had people, probably even kids, a husband, you know, lashed out, whatever. All kinds of shit. All kinds of shit. They get it. People respect people. They admire them. They're inspired by people. They're attracted to people. They like you. They like people. Okay? They want success. They want things to work out. And they do things to sacrifice things because they want to see people happy even though they're going through a hard time, which is extremely acceptable. If someone going through a hard time, why do you want to make them unhappy more? Why don't you just make them happy and just end their suffering? Why not? In a way that doesn't end their life. Obviously. Or make them close to ending their life. Or piss them off more. Before something bad happens. I don't know. It all depends. It's all on you too. I encourage people to respect most people. disrespect people who are not normal and negative towards genuine people. Because even feminine people respect real men. Even feminine people respect people that you would happen to be on their side and not against, per se. Okay? Why? Is because people, it's humanity to be a real man. It's humanity to be cool. A motherfucker. You know, a dope-ass motherfucker. Dope-ass guy. Dope-ass dude. That's humanity. That's a humane thing. Not an inhumane thing. A humane thing. That's a humane thing. Now, I can tell you that, you know, people respect people. It's a community. We help each other out. We're all there for each other. And if someone's not there for you, and especially, damn sure, kick you off the boat when you're a genuine person, and just kick you off right away, they don't like something about you, fuck them. Knock their ass out. You know? Because respect is a strong thing. Okay? It looks better on a man to be disrespectful. But it's better to be respectful in the world, but you don't have to be. But people would think it's better. A person that understands and has the structure to see and, you know, to know, not necessarily to accept, but to know, knows. Okay? Being a person that disrespects someone is fine if they are not a person that should be respected, even though they are respected. Why that is because people that are respected not always are respectful to people that should be respected. And that's a fact. And I'll say it out my own mouth. Okay. People, you know, like to criticize. And that's fine. Being a naysayer is not a good thing. If someone you are naysaying to is everything, has everything, it's not good. It's bad. Because you're feeding people that people don't want them to win when they're not the coolest people. And that's just fucking retarded. That is stupid. That's stupid. Okay. Now, ask yourself, okay, if you are a person that is taken advantage of, you tend to be not greedy. You tend to be, you know, stingy, cold-blooded. You bite. It's fine. But people are harsh in life. People, especially men, you know, they hold you tight. You know, they red. They harsh. It's fine. It's part of life. Going to be harsh to someone, and you're on the side that is, you know, fighting for something that not everyone would want, you know, a person that is genuine would like, you know, that side you're fighting for. Just I'll make it simple. Just stick to the cool people. As long as you stick to the cool people who get it. Okay, that's all you gotta do. Because if you're retarded and you're dangerous, that is an indicator. That is an instant indicator of fuckery. Fuckery. That's the definition. why that is fuckery is because you're a person that is not a motherfucker, not someone who is the real deal, someone who gets it and it is the person that's the shit. You're a fucker. You're an idiot. That's dangerous. You bash genuine people, but you're a fucking idiot. You're a weirdo. Fuckery. Fuckery. Fuckery's unacceptable. I don't care who you are. And I swear to God, if you come run out of bar, you're some fucker, I'll knock you the fuck out. Clean. I'll pull you by your long hair and I'll rip it off your head. Guarantee you. Knock you the fuck out. Motherfuckery. It's a beautiful thing. Now, I would say that actually a faggot can go farther positively than a fucker. People would respect a faggot more than a fucker. Because everyone's a faggot. It's just how it is. Fucker. Not everyone's a fucker. I hate fuckery. I beat the shit out of fuckers. I'm a fuckery prejudice. I'm prejudiced against fuckery. Okay. So, everyone is a faggot. Not everyone is gay. Not everyone is the kind of faggot that's just like, don't be a faggot. No, it's just everyone has desires that are evil. Everyone has desires that are weird. Because of desires, that doesn't mean you have to be weird to people that aren't interacting with you, sexually. If they're a real man, don't fuck them up the ass if they don't want to. I'm a man, ain't nobody humping me. Period. Okay? So, in this vlog, okay, what did you guys learn? Did you get it perfect? Every single thing? And the singer that is like Garth Brooks on the 6 icon, that's a 6, it's an icon that is equivalent to Garth Brooks, would be Kevin Sharp. I'll go farther into his relations, but he's rest in peace, Kevin Sharp. Okay. What did you guys learn in this vlog? And Kevin Sharp is a hard motherfucker. Small, but hard motherfucker. He's the worst. Yes, he's hard. Rest in peace, Kevin Sharp. Okay. Not to be tedious. I don't want to be a tedious fucking idiot. Okay. Tedious weirdo, tedious bitch. Whatever. But what you guys learn in this vlog? What you guys learn in this vlog? Comment. This vlog's going on YouTube. It'll be uploaded. I hope you enjoyed it. Thanks, guys.